Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm starting this video off with my face already kind of being like somewhat on. I do have my eyebrows on as well as my primer. I didn't do that because I'm uncomfortable with being on camera without my eyebrows on or anything. I did that because I want to have a video specifically on my eyebrow routine. So look forward to seeing that video from me soon. When I go ahead and upload it, I'll link it somewhere in this section so you guys can check that out. So the primer I went ahead and already primed my face with what this white chalky stuff is the Philips Milk of Magnesia, or this is the generic form. I honestly don't feel like the generic form works as good as the real deal stuff, but it is what it is. So again, eyebrows already on and my face has already been primed. Moving on to our foundation. The foundation I have been using is actually a drugstore product. This is the Maybelline Fit Me, the matte and poreless one. So I'm gonna go ahead and just shake that up. And what I use to apply my foundation is actually between two brushes. I got these brushes honestly in 8th grade and they've lasted me since then. These brushes are the Bare Essentials Heavenly line, I believe is what they are. So this is like the Heavenly Face and this is the Heavenly Blush. I'm going to go ahead and use the Heavenly Blush one to go ahead and apply my foundation. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just dot that on my skin. And I have this in the shade, I'm sorry I didn't say, 355 Coconut. It is a little bit light, but it does oxidize dark enough for me to be able to work with it. My Target, when I bought this, didn't have my shade, so I just kind of had to work with what I had because I needed a foundation. So yeah, you guys can see that's a little bit light for me, but it works out. So yeah, just blending it down my neck. I like to kind of stipple it into my skin first. I feel like this gives me the most coverage, and I'm kind of I'm applying it kind of in the eye area, but I'm also kind of avoiding that area as much as possible, because why did I say possible? As much as possible, because since we're going to be applying like concealer and stuff there, I don't want it to be too heavy, because the more products you have, the more likely you are to be creasing. So alright, so once I kind of get everything well stippled into my skin, I'm gonna go in with that bigger brush and use that to really buff this into my skin. I know a lot of people use the beauty blenders. I have yet to try a beauty blender. It's on my list of things to buy though. So I just keep it old-fashioned with the good old brush. Alright. So once we have all that kind of packed into the skin, I like to go back in and add my contour, my highlight, covering my under eyes, brightening my face, all that jazz. So first step I like to do is my under eye concealer, which is my highlight and my concealer. My highlight and my concealer. So I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This one is in the shade Toffee and it is almost gone. This one is pretty light on my skin, but I work with it. So first, oops, that was quite a bit. Why am I making so much noises in this video? Oh. Just applying it under my eyes. Wow, that looks super bright with these lights on. Sorry guys, I promise it's not that light. It'll all blend out. I do like a really light like contour and highlight, a really light highlight, but it won't look as light as it is right now, I promise, after I blend everything out. So as I'm sure you guys have seen a bazillion times before, I'm just applying this where the sun will naturally hit my face, and then also like under my eyes where I have dark areas. A lot of people will highlight first, or excuse me, will conceal their problem areas first and then go ahead and highlight. I kind of like to do that all with one step, which is why I'm not applying a normal colored concealer and then applying a highlight under my eyes. I like to get it done with one step. And then in that same family of brushes, I'm going to be using, this is the iBookie. So this is just kind of a more dense, I wouldn't use this for eyeshadow, so I don't know what it's specifically for, but yeah. I'm gonna use this to, I'm gonna start with the eye area. And again, I like to stipple first and then blend out second. And making sure I bring it out here. And really, you know, triangle. I feel like bringing it all the way to your hairline makes your face look really tight and up. So yeah, I'm just kind of blending everything in. You do kind of have to work with this concealer quickly because it does set. So that's why I like to stipple it first, because that way I can kind of have the color exactly placed where I want it to be placed, or moved to where I want it to be. And then once it really kind of sets into the skin, not really sets, but once it sets a little bit more into the skin is when I will go ahead and blend it out. Alright, so for like this area here, I like to go ahead and go in back with the Heavenly Blush Brush and buff this in. And really make sure this one is blended out. I will insert a picture, guys. I used to love the sharp contour line that it's like, my contour line is on sharp, it's on fleek, but make sure that's blended out, guys. So I'm just really blending that into my skin. Okay. And then we're just gonna go back and buff everything else in to make sure that it's, you know, blending seamlessly. To go in with my finger under my eye, to really pat that in and make sure we don't have any creasing going on. Alright, so once we get all that blended into the skin, we're looking very light right now. So we're gonna go ahead and add in some structure to our skin so it's not looking so flat. For my contouring, I like to use another LA Girl Pro concealer. I know these aren't technically drugstore, but they are drugstore priced, so that's why I went ahead and included them in this video. Plus I use them every single day. This is in the shade Dark Cocoa. I'm gonna go ahead and start, I kind of start where, like kind of in my temple area, and bring that downwards to where I would normally contour. And then down my nose. And then right kind of like on my jawline. And then I do also sometimes like to apply a little bit on my forehead. I don't normally do the forehead contouring because I don't like getting it in my hair. But whatever, for the sake of this video, I will. Alright, so for my contour, I like to use the Real Techniques buffing brush. I use this for blending in my cream contour as well as applying my face contour. And then for my nose, I use this brush, which is completely wiped off, but this is a Sonia Kashuk. It's like a synthetic brush. I feel like synthetic brushes work really well with cream products, and I believe this brush is synthetic as well. So yeah, they're just really dirty, guys, super dirty. They used to be white. But yeah, so buffing in first with that Real Techniques brush. So I'm just going to do right on my jawline to make me look like I have a strong jaw. And then our cheekbones, I like to blend it in kind of like circular motions and really making sure to blend that line out. I like a pretty strong I don't know why, what kind of accent was that? But I like a pretty strong contour, so if you don't have to use as much product as me, or, you know, use the shades that I'm using, but I feel like this is pretty natural. And then for my nose, I like to start off with my finger. And you do want to make sure that you're blending your nose contour into like your eye socket area, because that's going to really help to make your contour look more realistic. So yeah, then I'm going to go in with my brush and just really blend that out. No harsh lines here. I want to make sure everything is blending seamlessly. Now a lot of people do contour this top portion here. I don't do that unless I'm doing a really beat face. This, guys, is honestly my everyday foundation routine. If I apply foundation, unless I'm working, but if I'm applying foundation for the day, this is the routine that I use. I know it's a lot, but yeah. So for everyday use, I do not do the top of my nose contour. Can't be too crazy out here, you know. Alright, so the next product I'm going to go ahead and use is my Nye Banana Powder. No, this isn't drugstore, but it's my go-to guy for setting my face. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of that into my cap. Alright, I'm just going to use this brush to sweep it under my under eyes first. Ooh. And I don't know if this is just me, but when I'm applying my under concealer, I feel like this helps with creasing. Stretch my face out so that my eyes, because if I smile or anything like that, then you know you get eye wrinkles. So I try to stretch my face out so I don't have those. And then I'll apply my banana powder. I don't know if that's like an in my head thing. Like it probably doesn't even work, but that's what I do. And again, making sure to take this out all the way to my hairline. And then blending it down. And this is really how you help with your contour lines. Oh no, my camera's gonna die. Fudge. Okay. So just kind of doing the typical under eye triangle. And then on our eyelids. I don't bake just because I really don't have time for that ever. So I don't have time to sit around for 20 minutes. Like usually by the time I'm doing my makeup, I'm rushing. So applying this everywhere that I applied my applied my highlighter. So once you have all that, next step is our contour. For my contour, I actually just used an eyeshadow, which is almost gone. This is the eyeshadow from MAC in Espresso, and I'm just going to take the same exact brushes I used to contour and use those to apply this. Again, making sure to blend everything out so you don't have any harsh lines. Alright, next step is going to be just blending all this out. I like to use the Select Sheer Press powder from MAC, but you can use any type of translucent powder or setting powder. Obviously, I have hit pan on this as well. And then any type of big powder brush. Just start on my neck. I'm really concentrating on blending that banana powder out. So of course my camera went ahead and died, but I was in the midst of applying my highlighter. As I said, I used, what is this called? Oh yeah, Comfort. Let me pretend to reapply it to my, the highest point of my cheekbones. And then I'm also going to highlight my nose. So I'm just going to use, this is the 230, it doesn't say anymore. I think it was a 242 brush from MAC. I'm just going to apply it on my inner corners of my eyes and then on my nose to give me a cute like little button nose. I also apply like right here. Fun tip also, if you do highlight on your inner corners, it's really nice if you kind of bring them inward. It's going to also help to further clean up your nose contour. So that's why I always put this in my routine, and that's why I use a shade that is not, it's not really highlighting my inner corner too much because I blend it out really well, but again, it's helping to clean up my nose contour. And then last but not least, I told you guys I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've been using for my everyday kind of blush, and that is actually the MAC bronzing powder. This is in Refined Deeper Bronze. This is their darkest bronzer that they have, but I'm just going to use, this is a Sunny Kashuk dual fiber brush. Just going to use that to apply this, and because I have an oval head, I like to apply my blush a little bit behind my cheekbones, so it just further helps with the whole tight face effect. So go ahead and do that, and applying your highlight first is going to help your blush and contour and everything to blend more seamlessly. Alright, now because this is the bronzer, I do also like to take it on my forehead and then a little bit on the bottom of my chin. I did forget also, I like to apply a little bit of my highlight on my Cupid's bow. And that is it for the look. I am going to record a Get Ready With Me a red lip tutorial, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and leave my face like this. But I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any other tutorials that you would like to see from me besides my eyebrow video, which I will be getting out soon, thumbs up if you guys are interested and ready to see that video, because I have gotten a few requests on that. So yeah, if you have any requests or comments or anything like that, go ahead and leave them down below so I can check those out and see what you guys do want to see from me. And I will see you guys in my next video.